Good evening, friends. I am Dr. Viswaranjan Misra, Assistant Professor and Head, Department of Commerce, DDC Utkal University. Friends, we have with us today Olakananda Swami Madam. She is a Training and Development Specialist. She is the Deputy Director, Training and Placement of Trident Group of Institutions, Bhubaneswar. She also worked with Symbiosis Institute of Foreign Languages, Pune. She conducts corporate training workshop on regular basis for reputed corporates like Sumo India, Crane India, Tata Power, IOCL, Paradip Port Trust, etc. Her core competencies includes business communication, training development, TNA, behavioral training, knowledge pool enrichment, people engagement, etc. Madam, welcome to DDC Utkal University. Madam, we are very fortunate to have you in this evening. Madam, now the class is yours.
Thank you so much, sir. That was very kind of you to say those words. Thank you so much. So good evening, friends. I hope you all are able to see me and hear me.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, like I always begin, are you all happy being here, all of you? If you could unmute one or two of you and say. Yes, ma'am. Okay, got it. Yes. Because if you're not happy doing something, the outcomes are never fruitful. Okay, so let us always, like I say, the students, the youngsters, that start liking what you're doing, work becomes easy. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, as Sir said, I was with Trident, after which we moved to Delhi. And after that, we've again come back. And I'm now a freelance trainer doing work wherever I get an opportunity to do. Okay. So what are we here for? What are we going to learn today? What's your idea? If one of you could unmute and tell me. If you could put it in the chat also, that'll do. I'll just check the chat. Yes. What are we here for? Why don't one of you unmute and tell me how to present ourselves in the interview, okay? Power dressing, okay? Dressing sense. Why do you think we need to do all this? How important it is. See, if you don't understand the importance of something, then it makes no sense learning about it. To learn soft skills or presenting ourselves, okay. Look for good personality, okay. It seems most of you know what you want, and if I'm not wrong, you have you kind of have a clear idea as to how to present a personality depending on the situation. Very true. So what I get is all of you are power dressing refers to a style of clothing intended to convey the impression of competence. Absolutely. So we all have got what we are here for. We all are aware of what we're going to learn. So what I understand is most of you are working and you're looking for a change in your job. That's why you are doing this course. Okay. Now, how do you think that clothes are going to make? All of you said power dressing. Most of you went in for power dressing and to hold important position. And yes, you all went for power dressing. Why do you think clothes or the dressing that you're talking about, how is it so important and how is it going to help you? workplace requires a particular type of dressing, hence. Yes. More than that, what we are here to learn is what I always say, before you open your mouth, your clothes start speaking for you. When you come and stand before somebody, before you open your mouth, you've already started speaking. That is the non-verbal part. As you know, if you're doing management, you would have learned about Mehrabian's law, where he says in any face-to-face communication, we have three components, the three V's. What are they? Verbal, visual, and vocal. So, and he says that the content of your talk, which is verbal, is only valued at 7%. And the vocal at 38%, and the visual, the look, as your 55%. So the moment you stand before somebody and start talking, I mean, before even you start talking, your body language, your clothes have already started talking. So can you understand the importance of it to be proper? And you know, people are judged by these clothes. If I take the bright example of Ranveer Singh, the moment we see this gentleman, we know this is a flamboyant character. He's not a serious kind. Am I right or wrong? Right. Of late, when he came for this inauguration ceremony, he met our CM just one day before. And there is a video which is going viral. And there, if you have, some of you would have seen, if you see that video, he goes and he hugs the CM, which nobody in a formal setup would do. You shake hands and you sit and talk. There is a video with Preetham, which says he goes, shakes hand, and he sits down. But this gentleman, he goes, he hugs him, and he sits in the same three-seater as the CM with one of his foot up on the sofa, which normally is a kind of a position we do with our friends or, yeah. So if we hadn't seen him, when we just see him in his clothes, we can make out he's a flamboyant kind. He's an outspoken, very jovial, because the clothes are speaking for themselves. Since we know him, we are able to relate. Suppose somebody did not know who's Ranveer Singh, and Ranveer Singh happens to come and stand before them. By seeing his clothes, they will assume he's a flamboyant kind of a person, very jovial and very to the situation. Okay, so today we will learn about the importance of clothes, and as all of you rightly said, the power of dressing and some professional etiquettes. Don't you think that is also important? Professional etiquettes. I'll just start sharing my screen. Yes, so we will learn the basics of the I'll just yes, please tell me if you can see my screen. Let me know if you can see my screen. It'll be nice if some of you can unmute and tell me.
Yes, it's visible, madam.
Yes, you can? Okay, great, yes, great, sir. Great, great. Okay, I'll just reduce it to, so that, yeah. So they say in earlier days, how did etiquette get its name? Etiquette has a ticket name to it. They say that a person who could go to a professional place or a club or an institute needs to know the rules and regulations of it to go inside. Hence, you need to have that ticket to get into a professional place, and hence etiquette got its name. Okay. So we'll just move. I'll just slide show. Yes. So professional success is the outcome of right attitude, right behavior or etiquette, and right attire. if you do not have the right attitude, you will not be able to reach the right place. For example, if I want to teach, if I want to train people, and if I do not have the right attitude, in the sense that I am not very enthusiastic about how I'm going to explain the thing, I'll say, you need right attitude, right behavior, and right attire to be successful. Yes, so can you all see my screen? I do not have the right.
Ma'am, your screen is visible, but PPT is not yet opened.
Don't tell me. It's not
We
yet
can
open.
see the computer screen only.
Just a minute. You're not able to see the screen, and you're not able to see the PPT?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
PPT is not seen, ma'am.
Okay, I'll just see what I can do about it. Just a minute. Why it is not getting shared, I fail to understand. Now can you see?
No, ma'am.
Screen is showing, ma'am. Actually,
Screen is
mail
visible,
showing,
ma'am.
but the PPT, screen is visible.
Oh,
Yes, ma'am. There will be share screen, ma'am. You can just share.
yeah, I did that.
Okay, still.
No, yeah. I'll just pause the share and start again. Resume.
Yes, ma'am. Just judge. Yes, ma'am.
Is it visible now?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. Welcome, ma'am. Good evening. This is Dr. Swati.
Yes, Swati, tell me.
मैम आप एक काम करिए, शेयर स्क्रीन पूरा बंद कर दीजिए, स्विच ऑफ द शेयर स्क्रीन.
Okay.
Come back to the main Zoom का session. Just close your share screen.
Just a minute. Yeah.
Just come out of it.
Yeah.
And come back to the main वो मैम. आप अपना screen बंद कर दीजिए. I'm still viewing your screen. Switch off the share screen.
Just a minute. Yeah.
It's okay.
Stop share. Yeah.
Stop share. Now you go to the PPT first, which you want to show, and click on the PPT, open the PPT.
Okay, just a minute.
Yeah.
I opened.
The PPT which you want to share with all of us.
Right.
Now come back to share screen.
Okay.
And when you click on the share screen, you will be able to see that PPT which you want to show us.
Okay.
And then click on that PPT, so that PPT will get shared.
Got it.
Always
Thank you so much, Swati.
Always around for you, ma'am. You know how much I respect you.
Thank you so much, dear. Can you all see the screen now?
Yeah.
Yes,
ma'am.
Great.
And ma'am, in below, if
God sent.
there is a icon below by which you can make this bigger also. Screen share just below on the right side of your screen.
No, slide share kar do na?
हाँ ma'am, slide share कर दीजिए. Perfect, ma'am. Perfect.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So
Thank you.
we are good to go?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So we'll come back to what we were discussing. So for any professional success, we need to have the right attitude, the right behavior or etiquette, and the right attire to beat it all. Yeah. So attitude you need to develop, you need to have, and you're all matured people. I don't need to tell you, because, and I'm sure, see, when I do a training, I always check out as to who are these audience? Are they here by force or they have come by their choice? So what I assume from you is that you are here by choice, right? So you have already acquired the first thing, that is attitude, that you need to learn for your betterment in your professional life, and hence you have the right attitude. So I don't need to talk about it. I don't need to tell you what you need to do about it. Okay, so we'll go to the next one, that is the right behavior or etiquette. Okay, etiquette is the key to any success for that matter. It is be it your social or professional. Like I was discussing, this etiquette comes from the word that they said you need to have these qualities, these behavioral qualities to get into any professional institute. They say, in fact, it was for clubs they started, that they used to give them a ticket for people who are the right fit to get into the club, as they used to call it, institute also. Be in a proper attire to be in a club or an institute. And hence, that is how behavioral things started getting the term etiquette. So etiquette is a ticket. Etiquette is a ticket. I'll just remove this. Yeah. Proving that the bearer knew the rules required for admittance behind closed doors. Yeah. So etiquette still opens doors. Life is more pleasurable and easier when we know what to expect from people, what they expect out of us, and how to respond in an appropriate way. See, when you start going to a workplace or any place for that matter, if you know what people expect out of me, and you know what people are supposed to do, then it becomes very you can perform better in that place, because you know the rules and regulations of how to present yourself, how to talk, and how people are supposed to talk and be in that atmosphere. So it becomes easy and comfortable. So basically, being comfortable in a place with the appropriate behavior becomes kind of the right etiquette for that place. Okay, so you know what people expect out of you, what behavior you are supposed to portray, what behavior people are supposed to have, and how you are supposed to respond to each other would be etiquette. Okay, like I'll say, in a class you're supposed to come before the teacher comes and sits down. So that is expected out of the students. The teacher is supposed to stand and talk and wish them to begin with, is what is expected out of the teacher. So when these things which are expected happens and you respond to each other in that way, then proper etiquette is maintained, or the required etiquette is met in that workplace. Okay. So etiquette refers to behaving in a socially responsible way. These are guidelines which control the way a responsible individual should behave in a society, in an organization, in a workplace. Okay. Etiquette being comfortable is being comfortable around people, making people around you comfortable. Now, see, if you have good behavior, the people around you will be comfortable. If you have a bad behavior, you are shouting, you are throwing tantrums, you are moving your arms and legs in various ways, which is irritating, can you make people comfortable? And in the similar way, if somebody else around you is not behaving the way it is expected to behave, it would be an uncomfortable place to be in. So etiquette basically are those systematic ways of projecting yourself, behaving, acting, and responding, which is going to make you a socially acceptable person. Yes. So we'll start with, I will touch three things. I will touch the first interaction, that is a handshake. Then I'll go on to talk about how do you introduce people. And then I'll end it with the visiting card giving. Okay. So these are the first things in an interaction that happens. If I hope all of you agree with me that these are the basic things to begin with in any organization. Am I right? Can I have some answers? Are you all with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. Great. So I'll just close this chat. Yeah. So we'll just start with the first one. The moment you reach a public place and you need to go and get introduced, the first thing that you do is your is a handshake. A perfect handshake sets the stage for instant rapport. So the moment you meet somebody, the first reaction is a handshake, which will set the rest of the conversation, how it is going to go. If the handshake is a proper one, the feeling of that you are comfortable with that person is going to take the conversation to the next level. And if that is not done in a proper way, then it is going to spoil. Like you say, the morning shows the day. The beginning will show how the rest of the conversation or the meeting is going to go about. Okay. So when you do a perfect handshake, these are the basic things you need to keep in mind. Focus on the person you are shaking your hands with. It should not be like you are shaking your hands with somebody and looking at somebody else. Okay. See, we have to understand one thing. We are dealing with human beings. Now, when you are shaking hands with somebody, if you do not give that person that importance that I am interested in talking to you, you think that person is going to reciprocate? You think that person is going to talk to you properly after that? No. So you need to make that person feel happy that I'm happy talking to you, or I am interested in conversing with you. So focus on the person when you're shaking hands. Look directly into the person's eyes during the handshake. See, we say, no, when we are presenting, we need to maintain eye contact. When you're talking to somebody, you need to maintain eye contact to tell the person that I am talking to you and nobody else. Okay. So whenever you're doing a handshake, you will look into the person's eyes with a smile, of course, no substitute to a smile. Keep your grip firm. Please understand it is a firm grip, not a bone crushing grip. When aap kisi ke haath pakadte ho, it should be a nice hold. It shouldn't be loose. It shouldn't be too hard. Okay. Firm grip and assertive, but not too tight. So your handshake should be a firm one, not a tight one, nor a loose one. So the general rule for that is, as you would hold a door handle when you're opening, kitna force aap lagate ho? That much force you need to use when you are holding somebody's hand to do a handshake. Okay. So you can understand that you don't basically go and grab the door handle and until unless, of course, you are angry. In a general way, when you open a door, the amount of force you use is the amount you will use to hold somebody's hand. I hope I'm being clear. Okay. Then the position of the arm matters. We normally keep a distance of handshake with 2 arms. Okay. So many times it may not be so. We could be a little closer, as a result of which your arms could bend, but that's okay. But normally it should be straight. If the person is away from you, it should be 2 arms difference between 2 people when you're shaking hands. Okay. So your forearm should be parallel to the floor and perpendicular to your body. Ideally, it should be a straight arm. You raise your arms, you spread your arms, which is perpendicular to your body and parallel to the floor. A little here and there is okay. Yeah. And your thumb is perpendicular to the floor. So your thumb is up, your arms are stretched out. I hope I'm being clear. Are you all able to see my position?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes,
great. So place your palms correctly. Web to web. This is called the web. Okay. So your web and that other person's web has to touch. Yes. So you spread your hand, thumbs are up, forearm is parallel to the floor, and the other person's web comes and touches your web, and then you hold it. It's a grip, not a tight hold. Okay. Keep your hands clean and dry. That goes without saying. Clean and dry. So 2 up and down palms is enough for a handshake. You don't have to keep on shaking. You just shake it 1 up, down. 2 is more than enough. You can go to max 3. Okay. And it should last about a second or 2, maximum 3 seconds. So when you shake hands first, the moment you start introducing yourself, you start your shake hand and then slowly you let go. Okay, the other person also let go, and then you put your hands on your sides. So, and as I told you, no substitute to smile on the face. Yeah. Let me just remove this to the top. Yeah. Now, a perfect handshake, I hope that is clear. So,
Yes,
moment
ma'am.
you reach,
Yes,
you
ma'am.
see a person. Yeah, you see a person.
Yes,
you,
ma'am.
yeah, you see a person, you smile, you raise your hands. Ideally, the person is another arm away. In case he is a little nearer, your hands could bend a little, that is okay. And then you stretch out your hands, your thumb is perpendicular to the floor, and your forearm is parallel to the floor, your arm is perpendicular to your body, and then you hold that person's hand and you give 1 pump, 2 pumps. 3 will also do. That's about it. Yes, make sure your hands are clean and dry. And when all these things are met, everything is done in a perfect way. You did not hold the person's hand tightly. Your hands were not dirty, clean. They were clean. It was not sweaty. And you did not keep on shaking his hand. You did not make him feel uncomfortable. This perfect handshake is going to tell a lot of things about you. The touch is itself going to tell a lot of things. It will show what kind of a personality are you? How confident a personality are you? If you were physically meeting, I could show you how you hold in hand and you can make out. I could have held 3, 4 hands and I could have said how confident those people are or not. Your perfect handshake will tell what kind of a reliable person you are. You are aware of etiquettes, and which cannot be anything but a great first impression. You have set the stage for the rest of the conversation to go on. Does it make it clear? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. So I'll just show you some handshakes which you need to avoid. So this is like a limp dead fish. Pura haath aapne nahi pakda. The web to web hasn't reached. You just held a little bit. So when you offer your hand and somebody gives only a little hand of theirs, that's a limp or dead fish. Not interested in you. They do not know the actual behavior, how to meet and greet people. Okay. So this is a hipster, which is almost an aggressive or fighting kind of a handshake. Normally, friends do it for fun. That is okay. But in a formal setup, never. Sweaty palms if you have. So look, you are supposed to make sure that your hands are clean and absolutely dry. In case some people have sweaty palms, it is by nature they have it. We can't help it. So in case you have a sweaty palm, always keep a hanky ready with you or a tissue. And the moment it comes for a handshake, you dab it dry. And suppose it comes as a surprise to you for a handshake and you have realized your hands are sweaty, please tell this gentleman or this lady that, ma'am or sir, my hands are sweating, if you don't mind. So let them know why you are not giving your hand for shake, because your hands are sweaty. It is better to inform them rather than raise your hands in a sweaty and you make a disgusting face for them. Okay? The never let go. This is like a jabardasti. You are shaking hands and you're putting your hand on top of that, the other hand holding this. This is a wrong handshake. This is a bone crusher. I told you the grip should be just enough. When it becomes more hurting the person, then that is a negative one. Yeah. And this is a misfire. See where they are holding the wrist. It is like, I'm going to take control of you. And the other person is saying, I'm going to take control of you. Almost like ending up in a fight. I've taken some colored pictures of it also. Dead fish, wet fish. Wet fishes, they are sweaty palms, hand hug, bone crush. You see how that gentleman's hand has been literally being put to be broken. Yeah. Queen's fingertips. When you hold a little, some ladies, like, when it is the queen, if you've seen some of these public programs of the Queen of England, she gives her hand only the fingers of the first 4 fingers to be held when she's offering her hand. So that's a Queen's hand, which is not a normal handshake. And the last one is a dominator. If somebody comes to you doing a handshake and he does this, his arm is on top, forcefully putting your arm below, understand he is a dominating person. So as I told you, the first handshake is going to tell what kind of a person you are, what kind of a behavior you have, what kind of an attitude you have. So the right handshake is an important thing because it begins your conversation, your meeting, your interaction with anybody begins with that handshake. Okay. So are we clear? Is there anything that you would like to ask? Any clarity you want? If it is not clear?
No, ma'am.
No, it's clear,
Oh.
ma'am. There is no query.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. So now we'll come to the next thing. After you shook hands, you're going to introduce yourself. So we'll have a self-introduction. You are meeting this gentleman for the first time. So you need to tell yourself unless somebody is introducing you. That also we will take care after this. So you stand. Always maintain a nice posture. The way you stand is going to tell the kind of person you are. See, if I'm going to stand like this, the way I'm going to stand like this, and the way I'm going to stand like this. The 3 postures will tell you are scared, not confident, you are confident, and you are overconfident. Okay, so stand straight with your tummy in, chest out, not too much out, and smile. Maintain eye contact. Extend your hand for a firm handshake. Firm, not tight. State your full name and designation. Which organization you belong to. Your complete intro. Now, when I say full name, I mean your first name as well as your second name. Now, here I would like to bring to your notice that whenever we address somebody, Mr., I'm taking the men first, Mr. Now, this gentleman, let's say Mr. Ashok Das. We can say with Mr. Das only. We can say Mr. Ashok Das, but we cannot say Mr. Ashok. Please keep this in mind. With Mr., you cannot have only the first name. Either you have both the names, Mr. Ashok Das, or you can have Mr. Das. Okay? So whenever you are saying a full name, say Mr. Ashok Das or Mr. Das, but never Mr. Ashok. Okay, the first names are never with the Mr. Whenever you are introducing, you tell your name, the other gentleman will tell his name and his particulars. Listen attentively to the other person's name and designation. Now, why am I saying this? Humne first handshake kiya, we have built that rapport, we have set the stage. Now the conversation has started, talking has started, and you are saying your name, your designation, you said. The other gentleman will tell his name and his designation. Ladies, please don't feel bad. I'm just giving example as it is coming to me, that men, but I mean the ladies also. Okay. So when they give there, you need to listen because this is for the first time. And as the conversation goes on, if you remember the name and mention it, the other person feels nice. Again, I will underline, we are dealing with human beings, not robots. So the moment you make the person feel nice that you remember his name, the conversation is going to go in a right way. Suppose you've gone for a deal, you've gone for building something, you've gone to promote, you've already bought that person. Are you getting me? You are making him feel important. So whichever work you have gone there for, you're going to make that person feel nice, and there would be some kind of biasness and he would agree to. At least it would set the platform for a positive outcome. Yes. So listen attentively to the other person's name and designation. Like I say, it's very difficult when you hear for the first time to remember the name. So there is one nice way of remembering. What you can do is, suppose you started talking and you say, he says, I am Ramesh Sharma. I'm Mr. Ramesh Sharma. So just to reinforce and keep it, remember that name, you can always say, okay, Mr. Sharma, okay, Mr. Sharma, can you tell me what you just now said? Instead of saying, can you please repeat what you said? You mention it with his name. When you do it once or twice, it gets registered. You will remember it. That's one simple way of remembering a name for as long as the conversation is going on. Because if you do not, whatever you hear, if you do not say it again, you don't remember. Like I say for English pronunciation classes, like I'll pick up something, I'll say, okay, let me pick up. I'll pick up this and I'll say, it's a, you didn't hear, so you will not be able to say. Now, suppose this phone was a difficult pronouncing word. Suppose I showed you this is phone and you heard it and you said, okay, yaad hai. After 10, 15 minutes or maybe an hour, if you try to say it, you may not get the pronunciation correct. But had you immediately, the moment you heard phone, you said it, you would remember it. Okay? So, always make it a point to remember the name, to make the person feel nice and the conversation to go in the right direction. Mention this gentleman's or gentle lady's name once or twice in between the conversation. Immediately you say it, you will remember it. Okay? And repeat your name if necessary, because they could have forgotten. So there is no harm. You can say, yeah, and you realize he's finding it difficult. He's like, there is something stopping him because he has forgotten your name. If you get that picture, empathy, you say, okay, sir, I'm so-and-so. So that it becomes comfortable for him. Okay. So you stand, you smile, maintain eye contact, extend your hand for a firm grip, handshake, 2 palms, state your full name, designation, your organization, wait for his, try to remember, be attentive, and repeat it to remember it. Okay? Now, when it comes to group discussion, group introduction, let's start with 3 people. 3. I and my friend are going, and I happen to meet another friend. Or I and my colleague are going, walking, and I meet a 3rd person. Now, when I meet the 3rd person, I'm the common person. This 3rd person is my friend. This is my colleague. Okay. Now, they don't know each other, so I need to introduce. So it is my duty as a common friend for both, common entity for both, to introduce. Now, when I introduce, what is the procedure that we follow? We generally see who is senior, who is important. We address them and introduce the junior. I hope I'm being clear. Let's say you are going with your boss and you meet a friend in the market. Now, you are the common person between your friend and your boss. Now, here, the boss is of importance for you. So you will address him that, Sir X, this is my friend Y. After that, you will say, Y, this is my boss, Mr. X. Are you getting me? I hope I'm being clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
yeah.
ma'am. Yes.
Seniority, people of importance. Like, it may, age and all doesn't matter. It could be, suppose you are with your customer. You are a salesman. Customer is your God. So he is of importance, and everybody else. Your boss also becomes lower than your customer. If you are in the sales line and you happen to meet your customer and your boss is there, here your customer is more important than your boss. So you will say, Mr. Customer, meet my boss, Mr. X. And then you say, customer, meet my, Mr. Boss, meet my customer, so-and-so. Okay? So introduce to the person of greatest importance and authority first. Introduce to. address the person. Gender or age is not the deciding factor. Let us remember this. Earlier we used to say ladies, like, I come from the services background where ladies are given importance, but it doesn't hold good in the normal general environment. Okay. So when a client is involved, mention him or first, as I just now mentioned, given the example of a customer. A proper business introduction should include, as I told you earlier, complete name, first as well as the second. And the same rule applies. Mr. first name, no. Mr. first name, second name, or Mr. and the second name will do. Since it is for the first time, it is always advisable to use both the names because you don't know each other. As the familiarity begins, then maybe we can make only Mr. Sharma. Yeah. So I've taken some examples to show you. Senior official, junior official. Mr. Senior, this is Mr. Junior. Like a senior professional, a junior professional. Say Mr. President, he's a senior. Unko you will address and introduce the junior. This is Mr. Rahul Jain, analyst. And after that, you will say, Rahul, this is our president, so and so. Okay. In case he doesn't know, if it is in the same organization, obviously, you will not introduce because he knows he's who. A customer, a team of employees. Mr. Customer, meet my sales team, Mr. Ram Kumar, Mrs. Avantika Jain, Mr. Nitin Shah. So you addressed whom? The customer, important people, and the juniors to them. Later, you'll introduce him to these people. Okay. A guest and a host, same. Peer, see, when it is peer from another company and peer from your company. So who's important? From the other company, he's the guest. Okay. So you introduce Mr. IBMer. This is Mr. Vijay Wadhwa, senior analyst of my company. Okay. You've given importance to the peer. Same, they are at same length, same position, but he's from another company, hence a guest. And this one is from this company, hence a at-home person. Yeah. I hope this is clear again. One yes will do.
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. Okay, so this is an activity. If time permits, we'll come to it. I would like 2 or 3 of you. I'll just see how are we placed. Yeah. If you want, we can do one set. If you 3 people could come up, then we could do one just to get a hold of it. Are you all ready? Any 3 people will volunteer. Then I'll have to stop sharing the screen. We'll have you on screen and you will do it. Or if you want to be off screen, but only with your voice, then also I'm okay with it. Can we stop sharing and then start sharing and do it? Are you all comfortable? I won't force you all. Don't worry. No? So there's some chat. Let me check. No. Okay. See, if you're not comfortable, I have no problem. Is there any questions before we proceed further? Anything that you would like to clarify, ask? Anyone?
No, ma'am. It's clear, ma'am.
No problem. We'll carry on.
Yes, ma'am. We got properly.
Oh, great. Great. Okay. But I would have loved if 3 people came up and we did this. One being, you will be there?
Yeah, I'll join.
You'll join. And who else? Sushant. And who else?
Yes.
Swati, are you there?
Yeah, ma'am. I'm very much here. I'll come.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll stop sharing to get them onto the screen. I'll pause share. I'll pause the share, or should I stop sharing? I think I should.
Ma'am, you can stop sharing. I don't know if.
Yeah, I'll stop sharing.
What I'll do is, if they are coming on camera, I can take them on a spotlight. Otherwise, they can be off camera also for your exercise.
Okay, if they want to be off camera, then no point stop sharing. Anyways, we've done it already. So who are these people? Can we, if you could switch on your cameras, not like
Kolana Prashanti.
Kolana has said, right? Kolana? You had
Kolana.
Exactly, that's me.
Yeah, and Prashanta, I think, was the another gentleman.
Kulana,
Dev.
could you all please switch on your cameras if it is not an issue? So we can get to see you all talking. Doesn't matter
Yeah.
whatever.
Susanta, Dev, and Kolana. These are the three people, ma'am, who have volunteered.
Okay. So now I'll give you three personalities. President. So we have a president of another company coming to your company. You are the one HR manager, president from another company, and president of this company. So we have three people. Two presidents of two companies. One is the home company, one is the guest company with whom we are going to make a deal. And we have the HR manager of this company. So two people from one organization and this president is from another organization. Yes? So please tell who's going to be who. Sushant, what would you like to be? Guest president or home president?
I will be a guest president.
No, Kulana, I would like you to introduce. Okay? So
Okay.
Kulana is going to be the HR manager. Sushant is going to be the president from a outside organization, the guest president. And Dev is going to be the home president. Okay? So Sushant, what's your full name? Sushant?
Sushant Kumar Mishra.
Mishra. And the other gentleman, Dev, your complete name, please.
Ganesh Nanda.
So Dev, what is Dev then? Ganesh Nanda. Okay.
It's my nickname, ma'am.
Okay. Ganesh Nanda is the home president. Sushant Mishra is the guest president, and Kulana is the HR manager. Okay. So Kulana and Dev, that is Ganesh. Again, I forgot.
Ganesh Nanda.
Nanda.
Ganesh Nanda.
Yeah, you all are in the office. This gentleman enters. Sushant Mishra enters. 1, 2, and 3. He's entered. Kulana, could you do the introduction, please?
Good morning, Mr. Ma'am, I'm sorry, but I just want to recap the names. Mr. Sushant Mishra.
Mishra, right?
Sushant Mishra, and the other one is Ganesh Nanda.
Right.
Good morning, Mr. Sushant Mishra. This is my manager. I think he's manager.
Company president.
President, I'm sorry. He is Mr. Dev Nanda, my company president, and myself, HR manager of our company. Kulana Prashanti. Miss
1 minute.
Kulana Prashanti.
Kulana, it was assumed you knew him. Okay. So since you are introducing, first you will introduce yourself. What did we learn? Initially, when you meet an unknown person, you will introduce yourself first. Sir, I am so and so. Then only you will introduce your president to him.
Fine, I'm in a right path now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, great.
Good morning, Mr. Mr. Nanda. Sorry,
No,
Sushant.
Prashant Mishra.
Prashant. I'm sorry. I'm a little bit confused
That's
with the
okay.
name.
That's
I'm
okay.
really apologize. I really apologize.
Okay, no problem. Mr. Mishra, Mr. Prashant Mishra. Yeah. Kulana.
Ma'am, Sushant Mishra.
Sushant Mishra.
I think, ma'am, the names are becoming a tongue twister. Give the HR a break. Mr. A and Mr. B कर दीजिए.
वो करते हैं सही है.
And Mr. B.
No, we will do guest president, home
And in-house president. Oh,
yeah. In-house president, guest president, and HR manager. I think that is good enough.
I think I can do it. I can do it. I will do
Excellent.
it. With the
Excellent.
names.
Go ahead.
Good morning, Mr. Sushant Mishra. Myself, Kulana Prashanti, and I'm the HR manager of our company. And this is my this is Mr. Dev Nandan, and he's our president of our company.
Perfect.
And we would welcome you to our company. And we welcome you, probably.
Yeah, perfect.
Thank you.
Yeah, perfect. Try to prevent saying myself. So this is XYZ rather than myself so and so. Try to prevent using myself. Okay. I think that was a good show.
Sure, ma'am.
Good show.
Thank you.
Very
Thank
well.
you so much.
Is there anybody else who would like to try? Otherwise, we move ahead.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
I just want to say, whenever Kolana will introduce both of us, then it's my duty to ask the guest, hi, Mr. Mishra, welcome to our company. Can I say like this?
Of course, of course. See, the moment she says meet, you raise your hand to shake hands with him, no?
Oh, yeah, right, ma'am, right, ma'am.
So had you been alone, you would have done your own introduction if
Okay,
you
ma'am.
were alone. Now she's done that job of introducing you to him. So you all know each other. So you will just shake hands with him in the right way and say, welcome to our company. And I hope you had no problem finding your way here. Kuch to aap bologe na? I hope you didn't have any problem coming to our office. Welcome to our company or something like that you will say, because your name and your designation has already been told.
Okay, right, ma'am. Right, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome. Yeah. Is there something else you would like to ask? Anybody else? Any question? Yeah. Who's this?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am. Okay, tell me.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, जो कलाना प्रशांति जो बोले कि मतलब इंट्रोडक्शन जब किए, तो जो गेस्ट का नाम क्या उनको पता था या फिर नहीं पता था?
पता था.
मतलब गेस्ट को
they're waiting for him. अगर नहीं जानते होंगे तो they wouldn't meet. That would be by chance meeting, no? Since they were waiting, okay. If they did not know, then what she would have said? Suppose they are sitting in the lobby. You are talking about a situation where they don't know each other, okay? And they had no chance of meeting. They just happened to meet by chance, right? This is what you're saying. Suppose all the three of them are in the lobby. Suppose they have gone for a tender and all three of them are there. This gentleman from the guest company is alone and these two have gone. Let's say this is the situation. Now you happen to be sitting next to each other. So when you sit in an unknown place and you want to develop, you want to talk to people, we say we do small talks. Okay. So this is a small talk that you would be doing just to kill time or to be socially accepted. Like we say, have the proper etiquette and behavior, that I am a very social person, I'm a very friendly person. You would start the conversation. In that case, you will ask this person sitting next to you, who is the president of the guest president, that sir, if you don't mind, can I talk to you? You have to ask until and unless you are seeing that person is smiling at you and is almost giving those hints of talking to you. Then you move forward and you shake hands and you say, I am XYZ, HR manager of so-and-so company. We are here for the tender. Sir, meet my president XYZ. Okay. After which he will say, I am so-and-so from so-and-so company. Is that clear? In fact, you know, they went...
Until then, how will we address him? Like, we will say just like, sir?
No, why will you address him? Yes, sir, of course. See, this is a situation you all are saying, which is you all happen to be in the same place and you were not supposed to meet each other. You just happen to meet. Correct?
Ma'am?
Yeah?
आप और स्वाति मैम थोड़ा कन्वर्सेशन करिए ना.
कैसे? मतलब क्या करूं बताओ?
जो अभी कर रहे थे ना, जो सुशांत मिश्रा, प्रशांति और देव.
Okay, आप बोल रहे हो Swati and me, we are in a place and we don't know each other. That is what you are saying?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. Swati, are you there? Swati, are you there? I think Swati is not around.
Vishwa sir present, sir.
Sorry?
Vishwa sir present.
Who's present?
Vishwa sir.
Do I know him? Okay, can I do it with, who was the girl? Palomi? Sorry, I hope I got it. Let me do it with Dev then.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, suppose we are in a lobby. Both of us are waiting for our turn to go inside. It could be a doctor's waiting place. It could be both of us have
Ma'am,
come.
I'm in.
Okay, Kolana, he is already given it. Okay, I'll do the next one with you. No problem. Okay, so what I do is I happen to be sitting next to you, and I keep smiling at you. See, you will realize the person who wants to talk to you or not. This person would definitely not be sitting with closed body. He would be sitting like this. He would be giving glances to you and smiling. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
In case he does that, that means you know he's interested in talking. After that only will you make your move. वो भी आप पूछोगे, sir, if you don't mind, may I know your name, please? Or you could say like this, sir, this is when you see him smiling and you got that indication he wants to talk to you, you turn your body and you raise your hand, sir, this is XYZ, HR manager from XYZ company. And you shake hand. Then he will say, I am so-and-so, I'm so-and-so, and so-and-so. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay, great. So can we move ahead?
Okay,
I'm
ma'am.
always...
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Is there any other questions that you would like to ask from whatever we have covered earlier? I hope that handshake part is very clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think we'll start our next portion. Can you all see it now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, thank God. I was getting scared. When it comes to technology, it really puts me down. Okay. So we had done all this. We'll come to the next thing. Now we met. We've given our self-introduction. We have made the handshake, the first contact of any meeting. Wo ho gaya hai. Now we have done, introduced ourselves, introduce if at all any other person is around, that also we have done. Yes. Now we'll come to conversation. Kuch der hone ke baad, we need to give a card, visiting card. Yes. First, I would like to know from you all, anyone can tell me what is included in a visiting card before we go ahead to say how to give.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening. This is Subrat Kumar Bendoi. I can just explain because there will be mention your name and
Yes.
your designation along with your department and your contact number as usual, office addresses and office contact number also. And if there are any subsidiary, including whatever about your company, that will be mentioned as per my knowledge.
Yes.
This is from my side.
Yes, absolutely. Anybody else? Anything that you would like to add to what he has said?
There would be logo of the company.
Logo. Perfect. Logo.
Logo.
Yes. So can you all tell me what was the purpose of introducing visiting cards? What could have been the reason to start with?
Might be to mingle with them or to increase their business.
Yes.
They want to introduce their brand. They want to increase their brand.
It is marketing. It is marketing.
Ma'am,
If
if
you are
any further communication.
Sorry, I didn't get you. Can you come again?
Ma'am, if any further communication.
Yes, contact building for later. Yes, very much. But to begin with, you would have it as an introduction. If you are an individual, you are not attached to any organization, then your particulars. But if you are a part of an organization, then you are marketing that organization because the logo is there and the company's any other particulars are mentioned in that. So it was a way of telling people, as the last girl said, that for further contact, yes, these are the particulars I'm giving you. But to begin with, maybe you are meeting somebody for the first time, jinke saath you don't know that you would have further contacts. Then also you give your card, don't you? You give. Because you met, yeah, you exchange cards. Yeah.
Ma'am, sorry, I'm just interviewing. There will be one more thing that will be website also mentioned. I mean, www.rmci.com.
Yes.
That will be most important.
Yes, the company's total marketing will be done if it is or you are a part of an organization and you're sharing your card. And if you're sharing your card as an individual, then you are marketing yourself. Yes. So
the company's registration number?
I don't think so that is
No, not
required. It is not required because आप किस लिए card दे रहे हो? To further contact. Okay. For
website, well, you can find all the things. If your website, I mean, website is my mandate, that will mention as invitation.
Yes. So
if it is a fake company,
then you'll get to know. You go to that, you check out. See, when it comes to fake, card is not going to. It cannot be. There can be nothing in the card that will make it full proof that it is not a fake company or it is a fake company. You are getting my point. We cannot do anything about it. There are other methods, other machineries to check out if that company is fake or not. Here we are going to talk about what a card is actually supposed to be, why it was introduced, what is the purpose, and how do we go about giving it or taking it. Okay, everybody?
Yes, ma'am, that's correct.
Okay, so I have some cards. You all would be having your individual cards. I'll just show you some. If you can see the logo, this is a service holders card. Service holders means sign and defense personnels. So the name and their particulars. Yes. I'll show you another one. Here again, this is a government of Orissa's, hence the particulars. Okay. Oh, I'm showing you all eminent people. Okay, let me go to hoteliers. Yes. See, a card normally should have everything here. But in case of excessive information like this particular gentleman's, it is gone beyond. Because here, it is a hotel, swasti, where they want to give away a lot of information. But generally for an individual, always make sure your card is minimum, which is required, only the minimum things should be there. For further description, further information, the further conversation you all can share. If you try to put everything into that card, it will look clumsy and not readable. For any business writing, this is also a form of business writing. Any business writing should be always readable. आप दे किस लिए रहे हो? So that the person reads and finds out. Now, if you give a card which has got a lot of things in it, then the gentleman will lose interest in reading until and unless this gentleman has to read क्योंकि उनके कुछ काम है आपके साथ. Until and unless. But if you are inviting somebody to read your card, it has to be readable and presentable. Okay, minimum. And since it is official, a lot of jazzy colors, a lot of designs is not required. Minimum. Logo, since the logo would be having some colors, that only. Text should always be white background with black text, or maybe one colored background, light colored background with fonts of the darker color, contrasting to stand out. But if you ask me, I would suggest or advise you to go all white and black and have the logo in whatever color that you can. Whatever the color the logo has, that has to continue. We can't help it. Okay? And basic information, name, designation, organization, particulars like your email ID, your phone numbers, if you have any Twitter handle, all those things, and the company's particulars, your particulars and the company particulars, website, if the company's phone number or whatever. Yes. Address, yes, address, of course. So all that will be put. And if your card is saying you are a part of an organization, then your personal address is absolutely not required to be put. If you are, suppose I am going to go, I am an individual, I don't belong to any organization, then my visiting card would have maybe my address, my office address, if at all I have one. My home address need not be put. Now it all depends on the purpose. Now, why am I interacting with people and giving them my card? Suppose I have something to take from home or things to come to my place, then only I'll put my address. If it is not required, because nowadays email ID is the address. You send whatever you want to send, whatever you require, you ask, An email ID is good enough. Why give home address where you're not sending me any gift? If somebody says they're going to send me a gift, then I'll put my address in that. Okay.
If anyone wants, if anyone wants to reach, you can reach you through email.
Yeah, email say, email mein likho, and suppose you want a meeting, it can be done over the email, and in the content of the mail, you will realize where to meet and what to do.
Yeah,
okay.
Got it.
Yeah, so it makes no sense putting personal details there. Office details, it's good enough. That is a public place. Anybody and everybody can come and go. Doesn't make any difference. But your personal email ID is good enough. Yes?
Yes, got it.
So, yeah. So we'll just see what are we supposed to do, what are we not supposed to do, what it needs to have, what it did not have, and how to give and how to take. Okay. So business card is one of the most dominant advertising tools accessible to you and your company. Dominant. Okay. Your business card shares contact information, establishes credibility, demonstrates professionalism, cost-effective tool for brand promotion. The first question I asked you, it is the most cost-effective tool for any brand promotion. You are telling everybody without spending much in it. Are you getting me? Otherwise, you would put up a hoarding to tell my company, we do this, we do that. Yes, your card is going to, without spending much, is going to do that job. What are the do's? What are you supposed to do when you're exchanging business cards? Use a business card holder. Don't carry loose. I have one to show it to you. Can you all see it? Okay. This opens like this and you could have your cards in that. Is that visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So a neat, clean one, a professional one. You would get red, blue, green, yellow. Don't pick up those. Get a black plain one, okay, which could be a sturdy one to hold the cards properly. This one is a sturdy one. It opens like a box and closes, and if I press it, it doesn't get pressed. Why I'm telling you this? That if it is like a cloth kind of a thing, a soft thing, and if it gets pressed and you have it in your pocket, it could get pressed and the cards inside would get pressed also. You're getting me? This is a waterproof one. So in case I'm sweating and it's in my pocket also, my cards are safe. Yes?
Yes.
So try to have a card holder like this. Always carry sufficient quantity of cards even on vacation, because that is the easiest tool for marketing. Be prepared at all times. ऐसे जगह पे रखो कि जैसे आप निकाल सकते हो. ऐसा नहीं कि you will be looking for it. You already told somebody I'll share my card and you're looking for it. Okay? So be prepared at all times. Prioritize readability over creativity. I have talked about this. I said, give importance to what are those informations you want to pass, rather than showing I'm very creative, I use different colors, and my fonts are of different types. Please no. If you see my PPT, except for the headers, I have used simple font, because what was my purpose? That you all are able to read and get that information. I'm not telling a story. Are you getting me? So prioritize readability over creativity. Keep the information updated. Ye ek problem hota hai with many of us. We would have changed our address and forgotten to do it there. So jab aap de rahe ho, aap bolte ho, ruko, I have to cut this. You cut it and you write on it. That is not professionalism. Okay? In case you made a whole lot of print of those cards and you realize the number is wrong. One digit is wrong of your phone number. By chance. Now, it is not cost effective to throw the whole lot and make, if you have the money, you can do it. But suppose you want to be a little economical, then before you go to any public place, please make that change neatly and be ready with it. Not in front of that person saying, sorry, this is wrong, let me correct it and give it to you. Don't do that. Okay? So keep the information updated. Don't say, sir, ये card सब कुछ same है, मेरा address change हो गया है, वो मैं आपको भेज दूंगा. Please no. When you meet someone for the first time, it's okay to request a business card from them. Otherwise, until and unless the person offers, you do not ask. Suppose आपका conversation ऐसा हो गया कि information चाहिए, then you will say, sir, if you don't mind, can I have your card? Because I will get back to you on this when I get that information. For this reason, I need your info. Then only you ask. You do not just go and meet, hello, how are you? Can I have your card, please? No, you don't do that. That is bad manners. However, if a person is of higher position, wait for them to offer their card. If it is a general conversation happening, until and unless they give, do not ask. But if the conversation goes to a level where you think you need to get back to them, then only you request very politely, sir, if you don't mind, can I have your card, please? I would like to get back to you on this. Okay? Now treat the business card you receive as you would like your card to be treated by other people. This is one thing I follow to the core, not about business card, anything. I like to treat people well because I like to be treated well. Who doesn't like to be treated well? Tell me. We all like to be treated well. So let us make it a point to treat everybody well. आप हमेशा, if you put yourself in somebody else's shoes and see, then you will never misbehave with anybody, you will never ill-treat anybody, you will never be rough or wrong with anybody. Yes? So, would you like somebody taking your business card and folding it, or taking it and writing something on it, or scribbling on it, or throwing it? If you don't want anybody to do that to your card, make sure you don't do the same to the other person's card. Okay? Treat the business card very well. We'll see how to do it. When I do the demo, I'll tell you what all you need to follow. Okay? Do not search for cards while others are waiting. As I told you, it is highly indecent to tell somebody, okay, I'm giving you my card and you're looking here, looking in your pocket, looking in your wallet. In case you think you don't have, आपको doubt है मेरे पास है कि नहीं, आप बोलो, sir, I'm so sorry, I'm not carrying my cards. I'm so sorry, I forgot to carry my cards. But let me just check if I have one in my wallet. In that case, you can take out your wallet and खोल के प्यार से देखो, नहीं है, बोल दो. Don't make that person wait. But don't make it a habit to be always looking for cards here or there to give somebody. Be ready with it. Okay? Never hand out torn or worn out business cards. Okay? Do not scribble anything on the business card, as I told you. Taking it and writing on it. जैसे आपने उनसे लिया and somebody else is giving you a phone number, आप उसके पीछे ही you will start writing this number. That is very indecent and highly ill-mannered. Okay? So do not sit and hand over the card. So when you hand over a card, you are generally standing. Suppose you are sitting and somebody has come and you need to give your card. Please do get up. I'll show you how to hold the card and how to give it. Okay? And you hand it over. Avoid too many gaudy colors in the card. We've already discussed. Too many designs, font size, font color, background color, and designs. Please do avoid. So these are the do's and these are the don'ts as far as a card, business card is concerned. Now we'll talk about how to offer. Is there anything that you would like to ask before we go ahead?
No, ma'am.
No.
So clear.
Yeah.
No, ma'am. It's clear.
Ma'am, I have a question.
Please.
Actually, I am a little bit confused about when I am giving someone a card and when I am receiving a card, what to do and what don't to do. I be little bit confused about that.
आप जब कार्ड किसी को दोगे, see what happens is when you meet somebody, until and unless the requirement is there, आप एकदम से किसी को नहीं बोलते, can I have your card please? ऐसा नहीं बोलते हैं, ठीक है? Just wait till that person himself offers. But अगर आप बात करते करते आपको लग रहा है you need to get back to him, उनको कुछ आपको कांटेक्ट करना पड़ेगा या कुछ भेजना पड़ेगा, बातचीत ऐसा गया है कि अभी कांटेक्ट चाहिए, वहां पे आप बोलोगे सर इफ यू डोंट माइंड कैन आई हैव योर कार्ड प्लीज, आई विल गेट बैक टू यू, मैं आपको ये भेजूंगा या आई विल मेक अ कॉल टू चेक आउट. ठीक है, इज दैट क्लियर दैट मच? नाउ नेक्स्ट इज, यस, नेक्स्ट इज डूज में. I'll just take you to the do's. Keep your cards in a holder. क्यों हम एक प्रॉपर होल्डर में रखेंगे? बिकॉज आप अगर ऐसे ही डाल दोगे इट मे गेट क्रश्ड. कैन यू ऑफर somebody a crushed card? Doesn't look nice. Okay, so keep it in a holder. Always have enough cards. आप एक मीटिंग के लिए जा रहे हो, that is a place where you would meet people to share cards, to develop your PR or to increase your business. Hence you carry enough cards. Don't go to a meeting with a less number of cards. शादी में गए हो, by chance 2-4 है, that is acceptable. But if it is an official meeting, should have enough cards in your holder. Okay? Then your card should be ऐसा बनाना चाहिए कि वो readable हो rather than design, color, font हो. Okay? And when you meet someone, it's okay to request after some time. एकदम से मिलके बोलोगे नहीं, please give your card. And suppose you've gone for a official meeting, conversation बहुत देर चलने के बाद requirement हुआ, then only you'll ask, but you will otherwise not ask till that person offers it himself. Clear in this now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, when आपको जब कार्ड मिलता है उसको प्यार से रखिए. आप उसको ऐसे फेंक देंगे, छोड़ दिया, and you're talking to somebody, it is fallen down. So the person who has given, उनको कितना बुरा लगेगा that मेरा चीज को आपने गिरा दिया. Would you like someone doing the same to your card? No. So you also don't do. This is human, being a little human in making that person feeling important and not otherwise. Okay? And don'ts में आपको एक कार्ड मिल गया, आप उसी के ऊपर कुछ लिखना स्टार्ट कर दोगे, it is wrong. Do not write, treat it properly. And whenever you are giving a card, give a proper one. Torn, crushed, old, dirty card, don't offer anybody. Then whenever you are giving a card, please stand and give the card, stand and take the card. That is giving respect. Okay? Sitting and giving or sitting and taking is disrespectful to the person जिनसे आप कार्ड ले रहे हो और जिनको आप कार्ड दे रहे हो. ठीक है? I hope that is clear now.
If the person is also seated, then I can take the card.
Then normally क्या होता है? Then you normally give it. But if somebody else is standing and you are sitting, you need to get up. Okay?
Okay. And last question is, when somebody gave me a card, in lot of cases, last part they gave us the card. Means they पहले discuss करते हैं कुछ, उसके बाद वो हमें कार्ड देते हैं. तो लास्ट को जब हम वो हमें कार्ड देते हैं, तो क्या हमें डायरेक्टली उसे अपने पॉकेट में रख लेना चाहिए या फिर उसको थोड़ा लुकआउट करके उसके बाद रखना चाहिए?
I'm coming to that. I will tell you in my next slide. I will be telling you कैसे लेंगे, उसको कैसे देखेंगे और कैसे रखेंगे. We'll be touching that. Don't worry. Okay. Now it comes to offering. So when you offer the card, you stand up. Offer holding both edges. I'll just show you one. I'll take. Okay. Offer holding both edges. You don't give in one hand. You hold it like this. Okay. And when you hold like this and you give, thumb on top and the rest of the things down, and readably to that person. जो लोग सामने है ना, वो जैसे पढ़ सकते हैं. Can you get me? Did you get me what I'm trying to say? This way rather than this way. आपकी तरफ readable नहीं होना चाहिए. जिनको दे रहे हो, या उनके तरफ readable होना चाहिए. So hold it like this and thumb ऊपर, rest of the fingers below, and you just offer it like this. Okay. Offer holding both edges by holding one edge in the right hand. Present your business card with the receiver's particulars facing up and with the text the right way for them to read without, ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि आप ऐसा दो फिर वो लेके उसको टर्न करके पढ़ेंगे. उनको ऐसा दो कि वो सीधा ले और पढ़े. Okay. Sorry. Always make a comment about a card when you receive it. Note the logo, business name, some other information. This place value on the card. आपने किसी ने आपको कार्ड दिया, आपने पूछा ना लास्ट को मिलता है तो हम क्या करेंगे? Whenever you get a card, suppose I get a card, it is courtesy that I need to look at it and see the logo and make a comment or two. That's your company's logo. Means मैं आपको क्या बता रही हूँ कि मैं आपके कार्ड को पढ़ रही हूँ, importance दे रही हूँ. ऐसा नहीं कि ले रही हूँ and I'll just leave it there. When I get a card and I just keep it, that is bad manners. You take the card and at least read something. Total nahi padna chahiye because you're going to take a long time, and comment on something or the other. Suppose you are meeting this gentleman for the first time. Kuch nahi, he's a personal, this is a personal card. He's not a part of any organization. Then you'll say, oh, what a lovely name you've got. Kuch bhi. Nice logo. Something like that you say, and then you keep it properly. Put it down nicely. Suppose a meeting is going on, you can't keep it inside. So wahan pe rakho. Nahi to, you would have a card holder where you keep the receiving cards, so you can put it in that if time permits. Agar बातचीत चल रहा है, कार्ड मिल गया, आप ऐसे देखोगे, पढ़ोगे, oh nice name, so you are this, oh nice, and whatever, you keep it. Acha, your office is there, okay, and then you continue with the conversation. Okay, so this way you are giving value to the card and in return to the person you are conversing with. Yeah. Build rapport before you offer your card. I have been talking about this only. कि एकदम से आप कार्ड नहीं मांगते हो, कार्ड नहीं देते हो. After a certain conversation, you can. After you have built rapport, then you give card. That means आप कार्ड किसी को भी नहीं देते हो. You give to people whom you think it is going to make a difference. Okay. Preferably before finishing the conversation, say, may I give you my card? Okay. Keep your business cards up to date. We've talked about it. Don't write notes to yourself on someone else's business card during the exchange unless they appear relevant. आपने ले लिया, रखा, उसके बाद another person you meet, you're sitting at the same table, he also says something and आप इनका card लेके उनका information लिखोगे, that is bad manners. Don't do it. You can take a sheet of paper and write it and keep it in your pocket, rather than this card. Okay? Avoid appearing aggressive with business card. Wait to be asked for yours. If it isn't happening, ask the other persons for a card. अगर आपको मन कर रहा है अपना कार्ड देने के लिए and वो person is not asking, don't be too aggressive. Let me take it out and give it. Be cool. The only best way is to say, sir, can I have your card, please? So the moment you say that, he takes out, reciprocately, you can give your card. ऐसे एकदम से आप नहीं दोगे. Okay? Now receiving, hold the card by its edge. अब जब लोगे भी, आप भी card को ऐसे, he is holding from here, you will hold it from here and take it. Thank the person who has given the card, and you read the card, read something in it. Reading the card displays that you are interested. You learn more about the person and the company. Helps in leading the conversation meaningfully. Now you know this person is from that place. He deals with this. The company or organization deals with this. So conversation becomes better. If you don't read and you start talking, then you don't know what you are talking. If you know, then your conversation can go in the right direction. Okay. Compliment the logo quality, as I told you. Ask how they prefer to be contacted. Suppose he's given you 3 contacts, 3 phone numbers, email ID, then he could have other means of contact. You ask, sir, if I want to get back to you, or if I would like to get in touch with you, or which number should I call you on, or which handle should I reach out to you on, or can I, suppose he's got 2 mail IDs, which mail ID should I mail you? Okay, just check out with that. Now, this is all about a business card, how it should be, what should be there, what shouldn't be there. and when you are offering, क्या करना चाहिए, जब आप receive कर रहे हो, क्या करना चाहिए. I hope I am clear. Any questions? Anything that you would like to ask? No?
Ma'am, this is Subrat Kumar. Ma'am, there is no question from my end.
No. Okay, great. So I think everything is clear. So we'll all, I'm sure all of you have your cards, business cards, since most of you are working.
Yes.
So today, whatever we learn, just go back and check on your card. Is it that way? And from today onwards, every time you meet a person and you are exchanging your cards, you make sure that you follow these. Yeah. We are here. This 2 hours shouldn't go down the drains. Okay. Should I take an affirmation for that? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, there is a question in the chat window.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, I'll read it for you, ma'am.
Yeah, okay.
Ma'am, I saw many marketing person gave their card in the beginning when they meet a person at the time of introduction. Is it good or bad?
It is bad. You shouldn't give immediately. You are showing your desperation. You're showing your aggressiveness. मैंने आपको क्या बोला? Every action, movement of yours tells who you are as a person. That is your non-verbal. I started with that. Only the moment you open your mouth is only 7%. The rest of it, majorly the body language is 55% value. So if you're doing it immediately, you're showing your either aggressiveness, not interested, karna hai, dal ke ja rahe ho, ya you are being too desperate to get in touch with that person. You would lose people if you are desperate. You're getting me? So that is definitely not. What did I say? You start the conversation, build a rapport, and then you wait for that person to give. Up conversation aisa lo ki he says, can I have your card? Suppose you are a marketing person. Say, you know, sir, I work for a company and this product we have is excellent. And, you know, we've started marketing it and it is really doing well. Now, this gentleman, if he's interested in that product, he wants to buy or whatever, he'll say, can I have your card and get back to you? I would like to get in touch with you. अगर वो नहीं बोल रहे हैं और आपको लग रहा है आपको देना है, so what is the best way? You say, sir, can I have your card, please? तो वो देते हैं आपको, तो in reciprocation you give your card, and he would also say, अगर वो खुद दे रहे तो बोलेंगे, can I have your card? That is normal reciprocation that happens. Okay. Swati, any other question? I'm not going to the chat.
No, I didn't see any. Let me still check, ma'am. No, they are good to go. Only one question was there.
Okay. Yeah. So I hope card problem is solved. We will move to the next thing. What did we say in the beginning for any social or professional success? What are the 3 things that we need to have? The right attitude. Yes. Which all of us already have. Then?
And behavior.
For professional etiquette, it should be social as well as.
Yes, ma'am. Right behavior.
Yes.
Right clothing.
Now we'll come to the right attire.
Right. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. So we'll just go to the next topic, that is the right attire. Yeah. So clothes make a man, and I strongly believe in this. Like I gave you the example of Ranveer Singh. On the contrary, you see his wife. She's always prim and proper. जब वो बात करती है, you'll see she doesn't talk anywhere, everywhere, and doesn't laugh at everything. And accordingly is her clothes. The way, actually what happens, you know, like Swati will be very happy if I'm going to share this, that your mind and body is one.
True, ma'am.
Yeah. So the way you think is the way your body is going to perform. The way you perform your body is the way the mind is going to ultimately come into. Like I tell for when I take undergrad classes, I tell them if you sit straight, you will think straight and your work will be very good. If you slouch, you will be lazy, you will stop thinking straight and your outcome is going to be wrong. Okay. So clothes, आपको मैं और एक example देती हूँ. You suppose I'm wearing it dirty. I have to go to work. I get up. and I realize my clothes are not ironed or they're not clean. Kal ka clothes mein pen ke jana padega. My clothes are not ready. So I wear that whatever attire I had, which would have got crumpled because yesterday's use. It would have got a little dirty. It could be a little sweaty. It could be smelling. I wear it and I go. The moment I land at my workplace, I know it is not perfect. Okay, so my walk is going to be different. I'm trying to cover, I'm trying to hide the wrinkles, I am being very uncomfortable. Vis-a-vis, I get up, wear a properly ironed dress, which is appropriate to that place, and I get off from my vehicle and go into my workplace. The way I'll walk is going to be super confident. Am I right or wrong? Yes?
Yes.
So when the clothes are proper and appropriate, you will walk confidently and your working will become easy rather than some uncomfortable clothes. I'll give you another example. You're wearing a pair of jeans and you're wearing a round neck t-shirt, a soft hosiery material t-shirt, which is out, and you're wearing a pair of flip-flops. मैं तो flip-flops को bathroom slippers बोलती हूँ. You're wearing that and you're walking. Vis-a-vis, you're wearing a two-piece suit and formal shoes and you're walking. Same person. Your walk as in a formal attire is going to be absolutely smart and impressive to one in jeans, t-shirt and a flip-flop. Do you all agree to this or not?
Yes, I agree.
Yes, आप खुद try करना आज घर में. Yes, आप automatically, you don't have to condition, you don't have to tell your brain चलो ऐसे चलो या वैसे चलो. Automatically चलता है.
Alka ma'am, can I just give one saying if you don't mind?
Yes, of course.
We have a saying, no, which we tell the students that you don't wear a business suit to the beach, so you cannot wear the hot pants in the boardrooms.
Absolutely, absolutely. I say the same. You can't go wearing a two-piece suit or a three-piece suit to a vegetable market, and at the same time you cannot go to. But here I would like to add, in the corporates, we are getting to see a lot of changes happening, but definitely not to the extreme ends. Like after recently, not recently, it's been quite some time now, Infosys has gone casual wear to work, where they used to have absolutely formal attire to work. Now they allow jeans, t-shirt. Of course, you can't come in a flip-flop, and you can come in your pair of, maybe a pair of the suede shoes or a decent sneaker to work. So concepts are changing, the basics don't change. Like I will be coming to power dressing, and one aspect of it that even if you do not have a code set, even if there are not strict rules that you need to be this way dressed, if you corporately dress or dress like you are going to a corporate, it will enhance your image, it will make you credible, people will value your talk, and you will at the end of the day be very happy going back home, the task accomplished, because clothes are worn with a goal in mind. Role and goal accordingly is your clothes. Okay, so we'll just go ahead. So we come into power dressing. You know what? Power dressing, this terminology was introduced for ladies. Earlier, men in the West as well as in the East. East, it happened much later. West also, men were the people who went to work. Now, when ladies started working, they were obviously a little below. So to give them that structure of equality, which now we have started following in our country, to give that structure, they brought up this terminology, power dressing, to ladies to make it equivalent for them in the workplace. But now this term is used for any kind of smart attire for the workplace as power dressing. Okay, it's a style of dressing that communicates distinct message that you are in charge. Okay, आप कुछ वेग पहन के आ जाओ. I would like to share here another one. Ambedkar, when he went for the World Conference, for all the conference days, he wore 2-piece suits, 3-piece suits. Okay. The last day, the Queen had hosted a dinner for them. So it was a social evening. So he, in his hotel room, he thought all these days it was working. So we were wearing formal suits. Today I'll wear Indian attire. So he wore dhoti, kurta, and he went. So when he approached the gate, he was stopped by the security people and they did not let him go. So he said, no, you are not properly dressed. You cannot go. This is not the dress. You are not invited to this party, whatever they said, and they did not let him go. So much so that he had to go back, change into his suit and come for the dinner. And the moment he approached, they didn't stop him. He walked in. He went and sat on the dinner table. As you would have all seen, the table, the head of the table, Queen sat, and the guests were on either side. Now, when the food was served, whichever course came in first, maybe the soup came in first, what Mr. Ambedkar did, he picked up the soup in the spoon and poured it on his dress rather than putting it in his mouth. Okay? And he rubbed it like this. Now, the Queen thought, she saw this. She thought it was by mistake. Said, okay. When the next course came in, whatever came, the snacks or whatever came in, he again picked up that and rubbed it on his coat. Now this the Queen saw, and then she was disgusted to the extent that she almost asked him with her eye, maybe that non-verbal communication, what is this? And then she would have told her secretaries or people who wait on her to check out why is he doing this. When they came and questioned him, when they took him aside or they came and whispered and asked him, sir, why are you doing this or what is this? To which he replied, I have not been invited for this dinner. My clothes have been invited. They couldn't understand what was he saying. And when he narrated the whole thing, the Queen got up and apologized. And then he was asked to go and change and come, and they continued with the dinner. So here, what? Dress will take you places. The right appropriate clothes will make you credible, will make you confident, will make you competent. Okay? So power dressing is about feeling confident, dressing authoritatively. When you are properly dressed in the right attire, you demand certain things from people. You don't demand, you kind of command. You don't have to literally open your mouth and say, do this. The moment you come and stand, people will bow to you. And here again, we could talk about then another story where I forget who's the person who decided to get painted as a beggar. So he was sitting there painted in a beggar's attire. He was a multimillionaire. And when the artist was painting, one of his friends came and the artist went inside to get him some water. And in the meantime, this friend who had come, he was himself a no one. He had nothing to his credit and not a rich person. And when he saw this person, this beggar, he thought he was an actual beggar. He took out a coin and gave it to him, not realizing he's giving it to the one of the richest person in the world. Okay. And later, when he went off, this person, when he asked the artist that who's this gentleman, he's my friend and he doesn't have a job, he's looking for a job. So he offered him a job, and when this gentleman came to know, he felt so bad. So what are we talking? What are we concluding here? Clothes make a man. So what you wear is what you are. So here again, I would like to make it very clear. It need not necessarily be branded clothes. It needs to be appropriate clothes, properly put. Yes. So it is dressing according to your role and goal, what you want to achieve. Okay. Now, how ties came into being and why tie was given to executives and not to anybody else. People who went to the shop floor to work, they wore that overall. or they would wear a pair of trousers, loose fitting trousers with a shirt. But people who came to office, the white collared people, they had a tie. And why was it so? So that tie would draw the attention to the face, because executives were meant to give orders. Executives were men whose job was to delegate duties. So a tie was given to them to draw the attention to the face. Okay. It is less about, power dressing is less about fashion trends and more about timeless classic styles. So we cannot say any fashion trends as power dressing. Fashion trends could be like like Ranveer Singh is the best example that we can give. Anything trendy. Nowadays, people are wearing suits with sneakers. That is not a classic setup. That is a trendy. Like they're wearing red, pink, blue, floral suits. Those are all trendy things, which is there for some time. But a classic pair of clothing is something which is ageless. It is always there. It was there, it is here, and it will continue being there. Okay, which is credible, which is formal, which is official. Okay, so power dressing aims at workplace, creates an everlasting impression, helps to cut through clutter, doubts, anything. It is clear cut. It displays your personal style. Like I told you, every clothes that you wear, you tell who you are. It helps to make a statement that I am the person, I am in control of this place now. You walk into an office, you can make out who is where placed accordingly. The peon will definitely not come in a two-piece suit, whereas the other gentleman would be. And somebody who's at the desk typing would be in a pair of formal shirt and pant rather than a suit. Okay, depending on how the company sets its dress codes. Yeah. So power dressing tips we'll now take. What we need to do to be properly or powerfully dressed. Dress like you care. I will touch each of these points in detail, so I'll just run through them. Dress appropriately. Wear tailored fit clothes. Quality matters. Wear right colored clothes. And your total attire should be visually harmony. There should be, when you look at it, something is missing or something is more shouldn't come. जैसे लगेगा well put, जैसे जो होना चाहिए. जैसे हम कभी किसी को देखते हैं ना, you say, oh, she's well dressed. Earrings भी सही है, jewelry भी सही है, shoes भी सही है. That is called visual harmony. Sometimes we see people gaudily dressed with a pair of bathroom slippers. Have you come across? I have come across ladies. They would come for a social occasion, heavily decked, heavy jewelry, but wearing a pair of bathroom slippers, flat. Okay, so there is no visual harmony in that. So dress like you care. Like I was telling you, if there is no dress code, I'm sorry to say this, but if you go to government officials in Orissa also, let's talk about people in Orissa. If you go to these government offices, they would come with formal things with a pair of sandals. I have seen people wearing suits with sandals. Now that means there is no strict dress code, but if you want to be heard, you want to be noticed, you want to impress people, despite the fact there is no strict dress code hai, but they're not being very strict about it, that it should be followed. You take care to go formally and professionally dressed, because casual clothing reflects you don't care about your job. Casual attitude. Okay, so dress appropriately. Wear what is required. You are an engineer, you are at the site. You are an engineer at the corporate office, so your dress is going to vary appropriately. Workplace, at the site, you need to be in pair of sneakers, sturdy shoes. You need to be in jeans, denims. You need to be in shirts or t-shirts. You cannot afford to do the same in your corporate office. Corporate office, you need to be in formal attire. Okay, so 3 things you need to keep in mind to decide appropriateness. That is what industry, what company, and what kind of work. Now, when I say industry, now Ranveer Singh also, you must be thinking I'm a big fan of him. No, nothing like that. Ranveer Singh is from the creative industry. And Mr. XYZ is in the manufacturing industry. And another person is in the corporate office. So Ranveer Singh will also wear suit. He wears suit. This corporate person also wears suit, but their suits are of different kinds. Ranveer Singh's suit could be made of crepe material, which is a flowy material. It could have multiple colors. It could have floral designs. It could have polka dots, which he does. He is in that creative industry. He can get away. Can you afford to wear the same thing to a workplace where you are in the corporate office holding a position? No. Okay. So the kind of industry, the kind of company it is, the kind of work it requires will decide on your appropriateness. Okay. If there is any appropriateness questions you have, just keep them. We will take it at the end. Okay. Wear tailored fit clothes makes a lot of difference. If you wear something baggy, loose, you will be forever trying to settle and keep it in place, and you would lose your sanity. You will be always troubled. It will appear on your face. It will show in your work. A properly fitted clothes gives you a nice feeling. You feel comfortable and you can concentrate in your work. At the same time, present yourself well put. Yes? Bad fits, it not only makes you look smart, but also makes you feel comfortable, which is very essential to be comfortable. Like, they say 4 A's for any clothing: appropriate, affordability, attractive, and what is the 4th A? Affordability. It should be, you should be able to afford it. It should be appropriate. It should be attractive. And the other is, I think, something to do with being comfortable, being yourself. I'm so sorry, I'm forgetting it, which means being in your skin, being in yourself. Okay. So bad fit restricts movements, hides, many times shows unwanted things. For example, you are a thin person, you are wearing an oversized shirt, your wonderful figure is being hidden. And you are wearing something tighter, your body, your thighs are popping out. It makes you look bad. Yes? Quality matters. What kind of material you are using, what kind of stitching you've done makes a difference. To power dress intentionally, seek out well-cut, well-constructed garment makes. Quality of the fabric also allows garment to hold its shape. You want to give it, if I talk about ladies, you want to give it a cut. If the fabric is not good, that shape will not come. It will be hanging or dangling and looking odd. Hemlines means the end of clothes are sewn straight on quality garments. Agar aapko, you want to make something straight, if the material is not good make, it would be like, here it would be straight, here it would loop. Here it would be straight, here it would loop. It could hang. You must have seen that. Yeah. And you will find threads hanging out of it if the fabric is not good. It would come out of the stitchings. Yeah. So quality matters. Now here, I want to make it very clear. Quality does not mean expensive. For every money range, we have quality products. It's not that if you pay a large amount that you can get a good quality material. Yes. So wear the right colored clothes. Aap din mein ja rahe ho, all black suit, sorry, not accepted. Aap raat ko ja rahe ho, all white, no. Like we are going for mourning. If you are Hindus, we are in India, we are going for some mourning, we wear white. Whereas people in the West, they would wear black. So that is the right color for that occasion. And for us, this is the right color. Okay. So you wear whatever is appropriate to your place, wear the right colored clothes. It makes a lot of difference. Wearing darker neutral colors like navy, black, charcoal gray, and burgundy is another signature of power dressing for both men and women. I don't want to go deep into it. We do not have much time also. We have a scale where it is from higher authority to lower authority. So if you see higher authority people, they wear these navy blue, black, and charcoal gray suits in that order. Navy blue, black, charcoal gray, and then burgundy. So they are the authority people. And then beyond that, it can go to the other colors and designs. And bold means single color is at highest authority. Then comes pin stripes. And then comes checks, small checks. Then comes big checks. Then comes designs, floral. So this is how authority is placed in design and color. Okay. So these colors are more formal and communicate messages that any business executive. Yes.
Ma'am, design please again.
Design means you could have checks is one design. You could have florals. You could have polka dots. There are so many designs in clothes. Okay, those designs would come at a lower level. Okay, people in authority, people in position do not wear those to workplace. Yeah. So these colors, they demonstrate a message, and like navy communicates honesty, integrity, trustworthy. Black conveys sophistication, high authority, power, and assertiveness. Charcoal gray says strong character, authoritative, and refined. Okay. So how do you pair? You pair a dark suit with a light colored shirt and a coordinated tie. It creates a power look. Like a navy or a gray suit with a white shirt combination with a tie, which could be blue, red, or burgundy, is a good example. Yeah. And you know what happens when you wear a third layer? When you wear a layer, which is a third layer in a clothing, what happens is a contrast is developed here. Your shirt is of a light color, your coat is of a dark color, and that contrast is going to draw attention. Aap note karna, wherever there is a break, dark and light ka contrast aa jata hai, attention is always drawn there. If it is uniform, attention is everywhere. But the moment you have a break, your attention goes there. So executives always want their attention, want the people's attention here, because they're going to delegate, they're going to talk, they're going to give orders. So that contrast is built, and tie is the last light to say, look up here. Okay. So I've just taken some examples. Like this is a right example of a blue, white, and a burgundy, and shoes are tan or brown. So if you have any personal questions, just have them. We'll take it towards the end. Let's come to the tie. Tie, always make sure it is a perfect knot, a perfect triangle. Okay. If you note, if you made a perfect knot, it's a perfect triangle, and the design on the triangle is contrasting the design on the length of the tie. Suppose your tie has oblique stripes. Suppose. Ab jab perfect knot bana loge, you will see that this triangle has the stripes going this way, and the length of the tie has the stripes going the other way, making it distinctive. Okay. If you have a pattern on your tie, if your tie is a bold color, then you just look out for a perfect triangle. Okay. And it should be nicely fitted. Now we have different types of collars to make according to our face structure. That is going deep into clothing. So we will not touch that. Just remember that we need to, if we are wearing a tie, we need to make it a perfect knot. And perfect knot, aap kaise pata chalega aapko? The triangle is a perfect triangle, And if it has a design on it, then the design on the triangle is contrasting the design on the length of the tie. Okay.
And
Let's come.
tie is half knot or single knot or double knot?
See, Betaji, I'll tell you something. You have, and I was planning to get some videos to show you how it is done and what is that, but we'll not get into it since we don't have time. A single knot is good enough as long as it is a perfect triangle. Okay, and it is in the center. And the best thing about a tie being in place is it hides your buttons. That button placard is hidden by the tie. If it is not rightly put, then it will show one or two buttons, which is not right. That's one. Second thing is, how do you make sure that your shirt is of the right fit? जैसे ही आप first button लगा दिए before wearing a tie, take 2 fingers and try to run it like this. If it is comfortably moving, then the shirt is of right fit to you. If it is not moving, it is a size smaller to you. And if you put 4 fingers and it is aram se moving, then it is loose for you. Okay, so you get a right fit. So I'll tell you a few other things. Now that you brought up this, there are a few things I would like to tell you. When you wear a coat, when you wear a jacket, your shirt should be 1 inch above the jacket. Then you know that is the right jacket you are wearing. When you wear the jacket, your shirt collar will be appearing almost 1 inch above the jacket. Okay? And in your sleeves, the shirt sleeves will be appearing 1/4 out of your jacket. Then that is the right fit. So when you go to buy a jacket, when you go to buy a shirt, these are the things you keep in mind. Suppose you're buying a shirt where you have plans of wearing it as a formal shirt with a tie. Wear the shirt, button it up, and check out if it is of the right size. And the next thing that you see is shoulder to shoulder, it is there. Where your shoulder ends, the shirt shoulder ends. Where your shoulder ends this side, the shirt shoulder ends there. If it is falling a little down, not the right fit. It is little above, not the right fit. No right fit, uncomfortable. And it makes you appear underconfident, not comfortable, and not the right person. And doesn't give the message that you want to give. Okay? Socks should be coordinated with your trousers, and make sure, like nowadays men wear peds, which doesn't come near the ankle also. So those are for fashion, that is okay. But for formal occasions, make sure you wear socks which is coordinated with your trouser and it is above the ankle. Why? Because in due course of your movement, when you put one foot over the other, it may so happen that your trousers will move and your skin will show. They say formality is less skin show. So make sure you have a decent size formal pair of socks, and that should be according to the color of your trouser. And the best part is, make sure your socks are clean and not stinking. Yeah. Last but not the least is the visual harmony. So visual harmony means put together. आप एक brown dress पहने हो. Let's take the ladies. A brown skirt and a white top you are wearing, and you are wearing a pair of brown shoes, and you are holding a blue purse. Will it look put together? It will be in disharmony. So wear things which will go with each other to be in visual harmony, which will be a power dressing. You are going to office, you cannot wear jhumkas, golden jhumkas with a lot of precious stones in it. It is not harmony. Okay? So visual harmony, in other words, means looking put together. Everything is with everything. जैसा होना चाहिए. जो जिसके साथ जाता है, वो वैसा है. I'll be wearing a pair of formal, I'm wearing a nice formal sari and I'll wear sneakers. Not accepted. So when you power dress, you wear garments in colors that are flattering to your unique skin tone. Here, by this, what I mean is, I have this particular complexion. I have a brown complexion. With my brown complexion, what all colors will go, I'll wear. If I wear contrasting colors, I will wear black. I have a very dark skin. I'll wear a black. It will not go. So you will have to choose colors which goes with your skin to make you look harmonious. Yeah. I don't want to put here that this, I'm not saying which is wrong or which is right, but just according to whatever color we are born with, whatever complexion we have, accordingly we'll wear our clothes. What kind of hair color I have, accordingly I will wear. Okay. What kind of figure I have a tall figure, I have a slim, slender figure, I can wear these clothes. आप कभी भी ऐसा नहीं करना वो पहन रही है तो मैं भी पहनूंगी. No. It may not go with your body. आप सोच रहे होंगे by wearing that I will look smart. In the bargain you are cutting a sorry figure. आप stilettos manage नहीं कर पाते हो, don't wear. You will wear stilettos and you will be wobbly walking. That is better. Is that better, or wear a smaller, lesser heel sandal, box heel, and walk comfortably and go? She is wearing and she is walking nicely doesn't mean I will wear and I will look nice. Okay. Garments and accessories, shapes and silhouettes that are ideal for your individual body shape. The one I just mentioned. I have a heavy back, so I will try to wear clothes which are A-cut to camouflage or cover my back. I have a lovely hourglass figure, so I can wear semi-fitted clothes. So according to your body shape, I am a tall person, I can wear short, long kurtas. I am a short person, I will not wear long kurtas because my churidar will not be seen. It will get covered. It will make me look shorter. You should wear clothes which, if you're short, such clothes that it will make you look taller. Like they say, a little people on the heavier side wear bold colors of black specifically. When you wear all black, you look slimmer. So you're going for a party, wear all black to look slimmer. So that is being in harmony. Instead, you will wear again a loose and light colored. Light colors make you look bigger. Dark colors make you look slimmer. Like, you know, when you this goes for rooms and curtains also. So if you have a small room, go for lighter curtains, the room will look bigger. And if you have a huge room, you can afford to go for dark color curtains and it will not take away. It will decrease the size, but not, since it's a huge one, that will be taken care of. Okay. So interest is created with, when you draw interest, draw attention of people to yourself, it is created with design details, fabric pattern, textures and garment pieces, well coordinated. I'm going for a party. It's winters. I'll wear silk sari and I'll go, rather than I'll wear a white cotton sari and go. Okay. And that is how I'm going to draw attention. Okay. So I've just taken some pictures to show how harmoniously it is going with them. Yeah. Like this, look at this figure of this, I mean, this picture of this girl. She's wearing a brown skirt, the example I quoted. I don't know, since I'd seen that picture, maybe it was there in my mind. Brown, white, and tan and shoes are matching. They say accessories should match. Same goes for men. Your belt, your shoes, and your wallet should be of the same color. Okay, same color and same make, if possible. Yes. And formal attires do not entertain zing, bling, shiny things. Yeah. The last thing that you need to do about yourself to be powerfully dressed or abide by power dressing is always be well groomed. You may wear all clothes, and if you're not groomed, flat again. Always make it a point to be well groomed. Keep your hair neat, nails clean and trimmed beard. See, nowadays beard is like everybody is having one. So keeping it in shape is what is required. Okay. If you have a growing beard, you'll be looking like in Sadhu Baba. Yes. Do not wear wrinkled clothes. I always say this. It is not about a brand. It's about the way you have kept the clothes, the way it has been tailored, the way it has been maintained, rather than wearing one Armani, which is all crumpled and you come wearing that. I'm wearing Armani, so I can wear it anyway. Sorry, it doesn't go that way. Okay? Well polished shoes, proper clean socks, groomed. And here I would like to add to your power dressing, to be more presentable, make sure your mouth is not smelling. This is a very common thing that we get to see, which is very repelling. आप सब कुछ करके आए हो, the moment you open your mouth, you are stinking. And क्या होता है ना, many times we don't realize, and ऐसा होता है कि what is the reason? I'll give you the background behind it so it will become easier. What happens is our body, for the digestion to happen, keeps secreting digestive enzymes for food. Within certain gaps of time, the secretion happens. Suppose you haven't eaten anything. Suppose my body is used to having dinner at 9 o'clock, that secretion will happen. Now, suppose I continue till 10 o'clock, my mouth will start smelling because the digestive enzymes have been secreted. There is no food to work on it. The enzymes means chemicals. So my mouth after an hour will start smelling. So the best way to remain away from, to be safe and to prevent this is keep on sipping water. Water is good for the body. It will do good to you. At the same time, rinse your mouth and keep it clean. Okay? So well-brushed teeth, well-kept nails, trimmed beard, well-cut hair, and clothes we have spoken, all put together is going to make you a powerful person. That's all I have for you. If you have questions, I'm ready to take them.
Sorry, ma'am, I have a question.
Please.
Actually, I did not want to interrupt in the middle. My question is, you discussed about the color of the dress.
Shirt.
Question is, you categorize the color into the topmost officials and lower officials. If some lower officials wears the color.
Color? You're talking about color of the suit?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
अगर एक लोअर ऑफिशियल टॉपमोस्ट जो कलर होता है वो पहन के आ जाए तो क्या ये कुछ डिस्क्रिमिनेट क्रिएट करेगा ऑफिस में या?
I'll tell you something. The best part is people are not aware of it. Okay, देखो, suit and all we've started wearing now. So when it began, when it came into being, when it came into existence, it was told and made and given. Executives had to wear suits. Some other person could not wear a suit. He had to wear an overall, or he had to wear khaki pants with a half shirt or a t-shirt, hosiery material, and according to the work. Ab kya ho gaya hai that all these people in the office, maybe tomorrow, a typist, he will also come in a suit. This is what you're saying, right? He will also come in a suit. I'll stop sharing now unless you all have anything to see from this thing. Okay. So now when he comes, so he's there in the office with the same this thing. Since people are not aware of the fact, he would be wearing a blue suit. Okay. Until and unless the office has a dress code saying so-and-so executives above are going to wear these colors and these executives are not going to wear these colors. See, we are not aware, so people will come. It doesn't matter. Let him wear. But my point here is people holding authority, people holding a particular role and have a goal to achieve cannot afford to wear pink, red, light blue, green to work. You are getting my point?
Yes, ma'am.
Did I answer your question?
Yes, ma'am. I mean, yeah, that is the confusion. Like black and gray is the most common colors is used by.
Yeah.
So that.
See, today morning, I was taking a class for law students. I was taking a pre-placement training for them. Now उनका तो choice ही नहीं है. They will wear only black. उनको authority, no authority, it is all black. So
Yes,
if you law firm, all of them will be wearing black coats and black pants. But what my point here is, people of authority can afford to wear these colors and not those funky colors. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
मैम जो शू पहनना है उसका लेस होना चाहिए कि लेस नहीं होना चाहिए?
No, lace is again on higher authority to the slip-ons. But if you're wearing a slip-ons, it shouldn't be too much of skin showing. बहुत slip-ons है जो आपके ankle तक आते हैं, almost covering it. That is okay. Yeah. But if you have a choice, go for laced ones.
और मैम कलर शू का कलर?
Tan. See, black and brown are neutral colors which go with everything. Okay. Now, if you talk about creative people, you see them wearing sneakers of pink, fuchsia pink, magenta, green. If you know Manish Paul, he would come with a suit with a green pair of shoes. No style hair, which is trendy. They are called fads. They are there for some time. But formals is black and tan. Tan is brown. Okay. Depending on what you're wearing, accordingly you can wear. Like they say, any break would draw your attention. आपको अगर आपके foot में attention draw करना है, not all going to office, I'm telling you in general, you wear a gray pair of pants or a white pair of pants and a black shoe. Attention जाएगा वहां पे break जहां पे हो रहा है. Automatically, that is human tendency. It will go there. Okay? Anything else?
Ma'am, I have a question, but it is
Please.
out of syllabus.
No problem.
Well, it is a practical question. Actually, is it dressing sense is more important or attitude is more important?
You caught me. See, attitude is first. Okay? But at the same time, some percentage of marks will be given to clothes. You've got a very good attitude. You are well behaved. But you are wearing filthy clothes. You're wearing torn clothes. You're wearing oversized clothes. So कहीं ना कहीं तो आपका marks कट जाएगा ना. You have a good, you are working well. इसलिए तो मैं बोलती हूँ ना, people many times think I'm technically sound, I do my work well, so why do I need to wear clothes? But you are forgetting you are in a competitive world. Marking हो रहा है हर चीज के लिए. And you are being marked by whom? Human beings. So automatically that biasness will come. You are a perfect person doing your work, but you misbehaved there. You did not sit properly. Automatically biased ho jayega when he'll be writing your ACR or CCR. You are getting my point? So this is one component. If one component, आप एक खाना, you are making a sabji, उसमें आप हल्दी नहीं डालोगे या नमक नहीं डालोगे, how do you expect it to be nicely made and served?
Yes,
Did I answer your question?
I asked this question because some years ago I visited the State Bank of India branch in Kids Square. The manager there is a young boy, he's a young lad, and his attitude is managerial, but his dressing sense is so casual. So I asked that question.
See, I'll tell you, suppose you entered that bank and you didn't know who's the manager. And this boy was very casually dressed, say, in a pair of jeans and a t-shirt, maybe tucked in or tucked out, and sneakers. And at the same time, there is a clerical person who's wearing formal dress and sitting.
Exactly, ma'am.
Yeah, you walk into the branch, not knowing who's the manager.
Yes.
Who would you, both of them are standing in some place and talking or doing something. आपका automatically किसको authoritative लगेगा?
To the clerk who is working, doing his work.
Who's wearing this formal. Until and unless this gentleman was sitting in the manager's room, तो आपको तो पता चल जाएगा, अच्छा ये chair पे बैठे हैं तो वही है ना?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So this is one component. No, you need to have all of them. Abhi percentage kiska zyada kam depends on the person and how you look at it. Iska koi defined percentage nahi hai. But only thing I can say is, when you look at a person before he talks or shows his attitude, the clothes have already started talking.
Ma'am, I joined the meeting later on. So
Okay.
Are you discussed about the posture or?
No, body language, no. Body language we did. Our main topic was professional etiquettes. Etiquettes to make you professionally successful and power dressing. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Anything else? No? I hope it has. Yes, sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, ma'am, it's okay.
Yeah.
I have a doubt.
Yeah, tell me.
So, if I wear blazer or suits, then I have to wear socks or not bellies enough for it. Only bellies. Bellies.
See, bellies is pump shoes. Pump shoes we
No,
do not.
not palm shoes. It's office styles bellies like leather.
Got it, dear. Got it. See, you wear pads. Pads were made for that, which is not coming onto your skin, just to protect your feet. But otherwise, in the West, they used to wear stockings. It was not a socks. It would go from the waist till down, giving it the socks effect at the shoes and the body being covered. Now here it is so warm, we do not wear stockings. So you can wear them without the socks. But if you want to protect your feet, we've got pads, which you can wear and then wear your pumps or your bellies or your stilettos covered. Like they say, shoes, formal shoes, are supposed to be those which are covered. It covers your toe. They are the highest authority. Next comes pip toe. Everywhere it is covered, only the toe part. You have some designs now where it is a little toe is showing.
Yes, ma'am.
As you go down, sandals come down to in that level. After showing, more showing, then it is here. Okay?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Welcome, dear. Anything else? I didn't get you. Devashish, I'm not able to hear you. You are not clear. You can write it in the chat if there is a question. Anybody else in the meantime? No? We'll just wait for Devashish.
No, ma'am. All here.
Yeah. Okay.
From my side.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, Devashish, you have something to say? IAS officer. Oh, what is IAS officer? No, ma'am, from my platform, please. Devashish, I'm so sorry. I'm not able to understand what you are asking. It is only saying IAS officer. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being so patient with me. And I hope you all are going back home richer. There is some knowledge that has happened and which is going to help you. I hope these 2 hours have not gone down the drains.
Thank you, ma'am. This session is very basic but very important, and we are very grateful.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So, Swati, shall we call it a day?
Yeah. Good night, Alka, ma'am. Thank you.
Good night.
Really, really wonderful. I
Thank you so
enjoyed
much.
thoroughly.
Oh, thank you so much. That's a huge compliment for me.
Oh, anytime, ma'am. Therefore, I was around the whole evening. I wanted to hear you. Thank you, ma'am. It was really great. So
Great.
enjoyed it.
Chalo, bye. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Wish you all the best. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Good night, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Good night. Good night. Good night.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.